This is my alternative build for the LEGO Star Wars 501st Battle Pack. This is my third alternative build that I've done for this set, and probably my last. I'll start first with the Atrt. I kept the Atrt the same from my last alternative build, so if you want to see how to build this, go to the video in the card up there. So I kept the walker the same, but I'll just show you how it works. It has a joint here, a joint here, and a joint at the feet. It's very posable, but I like to have it in this position, and it can move up and down like that. The cannon at the front, I don't really like the design for it, but I can't figure out a better way to do it. It can move all around, basically in every way except for up, because it's blocked. And these tabs at the front are adjustable. I like to keep them somewhere like that. And then the trooper has like something to grab onto while he's controlling the Atrt. And there are just some antennae at the back. And the thing that I changed is I added this little arm just to hold a blaster while he is on the Atrt. And if you don't like it, you can just take it off. And it just snaps on like that. The Atrt can also fold up into a compact mode, which is shown in some episodes of the Clone Wars. And the things that you need to do to fold it up are fold this cannon back like that. Oh, you will have to take the trooper off. You can keep the antennae the same, but just move this arm back. Move that down. Close the flaps as much as you can. Then move the legs down like that. Then you have to be careful with this to keep the legs on because they're not really attached, but just move them in one joint. And then just flatten the feet like that so it can sit like that, and then you can push the antennae down. And I'm gonna make a few adjustments. I haven't done this in a while. Move like I don't know what to call that, like that piece up, and you can fold in those flaps more. And it doesn't really matter how you position the arm. Maybe down it looks a bit better, but that is about as compact as I can get, and I like how this looks. It's not that compact, but it's, I think, the most compact I've seen an alternative build get. I think it's a pretty good design. And that's all I have for the Atrt. Next, I have the Barc Speeder and Sidecar. I kept the Barc Speeder mostly the same, except I took a few jumper plates out from under this middle piece. I took a few of those pieces out and replaced them with normal 1x2s, just because I needed them. But I think I mostly kept it the same, and the only thing I changed is that before I was using this piece in here, but instead now I'm using only pieces from the set. You can see how I did this. I took a 2x2, put this handle piece on. Then what you want to do is take two of these pieces, put them together, connect them with this 1x2, put this, I don't know what to call that piece there, attach two lightsaber hilt pieces right there, then attach this clip piece onto the center, get this ski piece, and then put a stud right there, and then attach the stud to the clip piece like that, and then you sort of just attach the 2x2 like that, and then it should just attach right to the front of the speeder, and then you can fold up those flaps like that. And it might not look as good, so if you have this piece, you can use it in place of this, but I just wanted to attempt to build this using only pieces from the set. And now the addition that I added to this was the Sidecar. which I'll show. It attaches to the speeder, not very strongly, I'll admit. Oops. It's kind of flimsy when it's in the air, but once it rests on the ground, it'll be fine. It clips on like that. And I'll show you the sidecar when it's not attached to the speeder, just so you can see. It has a cannon at the front and a spot for a trooper to sit right there. The trooper can be holding a gun while he's sitting here. And I'll take him off so you can see it a bit better. There's a space for him to sit. There's like a transparent stud, which kind of acts as like a control panel, but I don't have a spare control panel because I'm using pieces only from the set, so I just put that there, and I think it works. And then I added this sort of fin right here, and this has a, I don't know what that piece is called, a snot brick. And then I just added a cheese slope right here, sort of just to finish off the overall fin that's right here. And I built this on jumper plates, so it's in the middle of the build. And then I just sort of attached the sidecar to the speeder using this, and then it wasn't long enough, so I clipped it on like that, and it just sits like that. And then I attach this right there, which is sometimes a bit difficult to do, just without it falling apart. There, okay. And it doesn't sit level, the sidecar is higher than this, and you can fix that just with some transparent 1x2s like this. You could put them underneath the sidecar like that, and I think they're sitting level now. I can't tell, but I'm not going to show you how to make them level just because you can do that on your own. But now the sidecar, when it's attached, it can actually turn around in multiple ways. It can turn around like that, or it can just turn around like that to shoot behind the speeder, which is a feature shown in the Clone Wars when the Barc Speeder with sidecar was first shown in the Clone Wars, and I think the only time, possibly. But yes, that's the main feature of the sidecar. The attachment is not very strong. I had no way to properly attach them, so you just might need to reattach them every once in a while. But it's decently strong. Like right now, it's holding itself up. And that's all I have to say about the sidecar. I think it looks decent. I'm not really sure how the sidecar looks. I couldn't find many good images, but I think this pretty much captures the overall look of the sidecar. And if you didn't see before, it attaches right here. You just gotta press down like that. And if you don't like it, you can always just take it off. And that's all I have for the Barc Speeder. I was running out of ideas for what to build next because the Barc Speeder with sidecar was what I wanted to build in the first place. So then I came up with the idea of this speeder, which is a separatist speeder. And I know this is the 501st Battlepack, but it does come with a battle droid. So I built this speeder, which is the same speeder shown in the Clone Wars a few times, I think. And it was first shown in Attack of the Clones, but I recolored it to match the separatist coloring. In the front, I have a few grates and this funny piece and this slope right here to sort of give it an odd shape, but I tried to match the universe shape as much as I could. Then this piece right here is supposed to represent a control panel for the battle droid to interact with, and then behind the main front part there's a little handle for him to hold on to. And behind him there's a small fin with a grate piece, and then it sort of slopes off into the back. And I didn't really have a good way to make this, so I just added some grate pieces and these fins, which don't attach with a clip. They just, well, they have clips attached, and you just sort of put them on like that. And I think they work, and it looks weird just like that. It doesn't look that weird, but I had some of these transparent pieces, and I think they are pretty cool for displaying Lego Star Wars. So if you have any, you can add them to the speeder to give it the appearance that it is hovering, and that makes it look much better. And that's it for the separatist speeder. The last build that I have is this 501st transport speeder. It's sort of like a carrier for weapons and soldiers, just a small speeder. In the front, it has 2 stud shooters, which I didn't put any studs in because I think it looks better without. Then just 2 cannons in the front, and this shields piece to make the front of the ship. And then there's a control panel right there, and the pilot, who I have a bandolier, a paper bandolier. I gave a paper bandolier to him just because I think it looks better than just a plain first soldier. And then I just sort of built up like a little place for troopers to stand or lay. A trooper could be laying here if they were dead or injured, but the jet trooper can't because he has the jetpack on his back. And if I move him aside, you can see this wasn't an intended thing, but I just realized I could do it. Using those pieces right there, you can put guns in right there, and they won't fall through. They'll just stay there, and it sort of works as a makeshift weapons rack on the back of the ship. And then at the back, I just sort of finished it off with this 2x2, and I was running out of pieces at this point, and I didn't know what to make, but this is the best thing that I could come up with. And it doesn't look that bad, in my opinion, but I think it looks better than my other carrier that I made in my last alternative build. And that's all I have to say about the carrier. That was my alternative build for the 501st Battle Pack. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe.